Okay, guys, this is our 1986 Porsche 911 Coupe that we picked up in Southern California. The car has been in California all of its life. It never spent a day outside of California, and it still has its blue California plates. We have the owner's manual. You guys can see where it was purchased at new. Two previous owners, both of them in Southern California. The second previous owner owned it since the 90s, and then he gave it to his son, so it's been in one family since the 90s. The paint is highly original. I'm sure through the years they touched up some certain aspects of it, but you can't really tell, and I believe most of this paint is original. Come check it out. There's really no notable imperfections on this car. It presents itself very well. It has zero rust, no accidents, and I drove it 300 miles back home, so I could vouch for its mechanical aspect. Okay, let's go through the driver's side now. So like I said, dash is extremely clean. Your gauges look beautiful. This thing was garage kept for all of its second owner's life. So as long as they've had the car, his dad bought it sometime in the 90s, they kept it in the garage there at home. Headliner is nice and clean. Your door seals look phenomenal. And I don't see any paint lines here, so I think this is all original paint. Your VIN tag. Door panels are in great shape. And that's pretty much it. Okay, let's check out the passenger side interior. The car is in gorgeous shape. Of course, for its age, no cracks on the dash or waves. This is all original. No one's ever redone this stuff here. So the dash looks great. No funky wiring underneath. Clean carpeting. The center console here is in great shape. The shift knob is also in good shape. And for its age, guys, the seats have very little to no sign of wear. Check it out. These have never been recovered, so those are the original seats. The seals are in good shape, and there's no paint lines here, and I believe most of the paint here is original on this car. Okay, now let's go to the back seat. So the seats are in good shape here in the front and back, and these back seats are in phenomenal shape. I don't think anyone's really sat back here. The carpeting's all very clean. The seats themselves are both in great shape, as you can see here. Headliner is in remarkable shape as well. I drove this car actually 5 hours back home, 350 miles back home, and this car ran beautiful. The cruise control worked. It didn't give me a single problem. Not that bad on gas. You guys should be shocked. Let's show you guys the motor. No smoking. It fires up just like this when it's very cold. The motor sounds great, runs great, has good power. Presents itself very nicely. You can see all the gold cadmium. Looks great. You can see the spot welds. These spot welds here, they run throughout the car. And again, I just don't see signs of repaint because, as you see, there's no lines here or anything of that matter. And now the AC doesn't blow very cold. I was told by the owner that it was because of this piece right here. He said it leaks a little bit out of there. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. I don't have any AC people here, and I don't use the AC in Monterey, so it doesn't concern me as much. But that's about it. That's what I can tell you about the car. Come drive it, inspect it if you like. It sounds beautiful, and you can drive it home. So the trunk presents itself excellent. As you guys could see, everything looks very, very nice. The carpeting, you got your compressor, a little bit of candle oil, and the toolkit right there. All the nuts and bolts, they look cadmium because these things have been in the garage. And if it was sitting outside of the garage, that gold color, the bolts and whatnot, they'd look more on the metal side than the gold side because that's what the weather does to them. But this thing has always been in the garage, and it's very much easy to tell. So let's take everything out now and show you guys underneath. Look at how clean this trunk is, guys. I mean, this is what you want to see when you take out the carpets. Look at how organized, clean. There's no funky wiring or paint work or anything under here. It is as it came from the factory. Your jack, no accidents. Your option sticker, the original color. Look at how nice and organized things are here. your spare tire that is date coded. That's the original tire, and no paint work or lines, paint lines, anything like that here on the edges. This is a very nice and honest car, and when you get into the nit and gritty of it, it comes out clean like this. Okay, it's getting late, but let's go for a spin. So I drove this car 5 hours back home from Los Angeles down to Monterey, and it ran really well. It was a blast to drive. You're speeding through the highway. It goes, motor has a lot of power. It shifts very well through all the gears. The cruise control was working. I was using the cruise control the whole time, and you could drive it home. Wherever you live, this thing runs and drives very well. You guys can take it anywhere. Okay, let's go through these floors now and the back of the engine. So there's your tranny number right there. This is all the original drivetrain to the car. No one's ever really done any major things to it. It's all quite original. So we just drove the car. It doesn't seem like anything's really actively leaking. As you can see, I don't see any drips coming out of the engine or the transmission. And I just put a good 30 miles on it and a good 500 miles on it before when I bought it. But today I put 30 miles on it, and this is how it looks underneath. So both valve covers look dry. Oil cooler looks dry. And the engine case and the transmission doesn't seem like it's really leaking anything. I don't see a drip. Anyway. You ready? I'm all done. All right, floors, original California stuff, no undercoating, no rust.